everyone and welcome back to the channel. I am Kirsty and this is Stuck in the Mud. So what is the one thing that is holding you back from recovering from OCD and anxiety? Having OCD and anxiety is not your fault. It's really complex. There's so many things that go into it and it's tough. It's a really hard thing to go through because I should know. I've dealt with OCD and anxiety for almost 40 years and OCD likes to keep you stuck in that cycle, and we don't deserve to be there. It robs you of your life and it just takes so much away from you. And my whole world just became a lot smaller with OCD because it limits you. You don't want to go out of your comfort zone because with OCD, there is that safety net. We're using all our safety seeking behaviours and doing all the rumination, all the rituals, and it feels comfortable. I'll be honest, it does feel comfortable because when we're in that space, we feel safe because they're the only things that we think are keeping us safe. When in actual fact, it's all a big lie that OCD likes to play out. But it's a good lie because it makes you want to stay there. And it's convincing. But the thing is, it's not true. And OCD is the biggest liar out there. And it wants to keep you there for as long as possible. And it's really me coming down to the decision and say, no. Do I really want my life to look like this forever? Do I really want OCD running the show? So it was my own willingness and I'm going to say it, bravery to take that leap into the unknown and really challenge OCD and say, no, enough is enough. I deserve to live the fulfilling life that I was made for. OCD is the biggest bully out there. It lies extensively and you find you get so wrapped up in it all that it becomes almost your comfort safety net, your comfort blanket, your safety net. You know, you just want to stay there because it's what you know and you think it's going to keep you safe and it's comfortable. You know, why do we want to move out of that space? But there's so much more. There's so much more available to you. And I want to make you realise this, that it really does take yourself to kind of go, no, OCD is not limiting my life anymore. I deserve to get better from this. I deserve to heal from OCD because it's life limiting. It really is. It just takes so much of your time away. I think if we really broke it down and really figured out how much of our time are we losing to OCD, it would be astonishing how much, because we're always on guard. We're always thinking about these safety behaviours that we carry out, whether it be rituals, rumination. It's there all the time and I know that, and we really do need to make that commitment to say it's going to be tough. And I'm going to say it, you're going to be so brave to take this on because it can feel uncomfortable at first. And I think that's where maybe I fell down a few times because I wasn't prepared for how difficult sometimes it would be. And it can feel quite repetitive at first when we're doing all the things that opposite to what OCD wants us to do. It's like, no, feel a thought, our thoughts coming in. No, I'm going to leave it there. I'm not going to get involved. And it can feel like you're doing that all the time at first, because when you're experiencing a lot of intrusive thoughts like myself, like I have done in the past, feels very much like you're on all the time trying to be aware of these thoughts. But once you do that so many times, it becomes almost second nature and you're not even noticing those thoughts popping up because you're just discarding them as easy as that. And it really became apparent to me sometime after. And like I say, it's going to take time and it's not a straightforward path. There's going to be blips in the road and don't beat yourself up about that because that's normal. It's going to take a lot of practice, a lot of commitment. But once we really do take that path to healing, it's the best road ever because you get your life back at the end of it. And OCD isn't running the show anymore because it's a bully. It's a big bully. And we don't deserve that in our life. It's taking so much from you and you need your life back. So I think once we can make that decision, as hard as it's going to be, it's a brave decision to leave those safety-seeking behaviours, because it's going to feel really strange at first because you're basically going against everything OCD says, and that's a scary step to take at first because it's just not what we're used to, especially if you've suffered with OCD a long time. It's difficult to then go, I'm going to test this out. I'm not going to carry out that ritual. You know, maybe it was counting, maybe it was, I don't know, a routine you had to do. And when you don't do it anymore, it's going to feel weird. It's going to feel strange that you're not doing what you feel like you're supposed to do to keep you safe. But we're really challenging OCD here. We're challenging it, and we're going to prove that this is just false. It's big lies that OCD is telling us. And once you realise that, and it becomes much more easy to do, because it does get easier, believe me, you won't find that kind of uncomfortable feeling quite so much, because I did find that at first. It was just that anxious feeling in the pits of my stomach, like I've not done that and it just feels so wrong, you know. But the more I did that, and I'd realised, hey, well, nothing's happened, it's fine. So we're testing OCD out. It's one step in the direction to freedom. When we can make those little changes and those challenges against OCD, the freedom, you're on the path to it. This is all I wanted to talk about today, and just let you know that healing is achievable, but it does take the commitment from yourself, and you have to be ready to do that. It's not going to be always comfortable. It's going to feel incredibly hard some days. Some days you're going to probably find it easier than others. That's how it's been for me. It's not linear. It's very up and down, and there's going to be blips in the road. But once you make that commitment, you're willing to try the therapy to get better, it's the best thing in the world, because you can finally get your life back from OCD. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope this video has given you the motivation you need to challenge OCD and figure out that this is all lies. OCD wants to keep you trapped, and you don't deserve to be there, because you are not your intrusive thoughts, you are not your urges, you're not the sensations, you're not any of those things. You are so much more than that, and you deserve to live a fulfilling life that isn't controlled by OCD and anxiety. So I'll see you in the next video, guys. Please remember to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, because it would help a great deal. See you next time.